headquarters. Your home away from home and the center of your time here off the front line. Down out there in the field, this is your place to advance your career. Gear up, train hard, get to know your fellow soldiers. We're well supplied, but you've got a lot to learn.
A few weeks ago, I had a chance to sit down and play some more COD action on the PC. Sadly, I didn't get enough time during the beta to jump into some multiple PC configurations, and what we're looking at here is my GTX 970 and i5 4690K PC, which is a good benchmark for the average level of PC out there on the market now. It certainly offers a significant improvement over any entry-level PC you may have, but it's not quite top-end, as that involves you having to splash the cash on whatever CPU and GPU configuration your heart desires. But it's enough to give you a footprint of where the console versions stand in terms of Xbox One S, the PS4 and of course the PS4 Pro, which I've already covered in depth already on previous beta analysis. So here I'm looking at this title on the PC, this one single configuration unfortunately, and just what it offers up and over those console releases. And that's not the only competition it has. It's not the only first person shooter hit in the market, with Battlefront 2 also landing on PC and console alike. Visually, that title is far more flamboyant, but does it utilise the hardware quite as well as what we're seeing here? Straight off the bat, it's quite clear that Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software have really utilised the hardware as best they can. It's an impressive showing yet again from the engine, and you can see here on the performance graphs on the side, both the CPU and the GPU are completely maxed out all of the time, to the point where some of the dips in action are actually coming from the CPU and not the GPU. Remember, this is a 4-core on a 3.9 gigahertz overclock on this 4690K here, so it's maxing this out as best it can, and you can see that 100% utilization across all 4 cores is the order of the day pretty much all the time, and the GPU can regularly hit points of 100% utilization. But this means you get that additional benefit of the performance levels by boosting all the hardware as much as it can, as hard as it can. Means this is a game that will stress any PC and console alike. What is also impressive is all the visual features and tricks that are available in the menu to customize the visual palette and quality just as the heart desires. Now, I did cover this in detail on the console releases, and it's been proven here by the PC beta and the final release, I'm sure, that they are indeed using a temporal AA solution to reconstruct the image from a half width, just like I covered, but it's using that temporal data to improve the image quality and thus performance. That same option is available here in PC, with you being able to choose a 50% or a 75% utilization. Right here on the PC, the first problem you'll find on this particular card, and probably many cards that are out in the market right now, if you do up the texture resolution or the resolution itself, or basically max out the VRAM that's available on the card, this case 3.5 gigs of it, then you'll end up with lurching and pauses, as you can see in the game here, as it starts copying data from system RAM over to VRAM. And this is simply an issue that the consoles will not have, because they have a unified pool of RAM. Therefore, they curb the quality at whatever level you've got here. Now, you can obviously boost it on PC, and probably more in line what you'll see on the Xbox One X, just as I covered at launch. The VRAM in that system is going to make a big difference on texture quality and other options, including LOD and AA. You can cause issues on the PC here. If you've got more RAM, then you won't really have that issue. So if you keep the level at around the 3.5 gig mark, and the game, as you see here, looks very similar to what we get on the PS4 Pro. This is a 2880 by 1620 view you can see here, running with its 50% temporal AA solution, the T2X, to boost up that image quality. You get a game that holds a near 60 FPS, again very close to what we saw at that time in these early beta maps. So performance wise, this is rock solid on PC as much as it was on consoles, and it's an impressive game to play in terms of how well it utilizes the hardware. I must stress, those figures and the 100% utilization is very impressive across all cores. This is a game that pushes high refresh and frame rates overall, and if you've got a better machine and a faster screen, something like a G-Sync or a FreeSync, or even just want to run with V-Sync off, and you lower the settings on this machine here, you can go up to about 80 or 90, as you can see from my tests. And if you've got a much faster GPU, well, then you can go way beyond 60 FPS. It's not capped at that limit. It's an impressive looking title also in its post-processing suite, using decent quality textures, a depth of field effect. Motion blur is again impeccable here on a 60 FPS title, even a 30 FPS title. And although texture quality and asset quality is quite good overall, there are some weaker points. Certainly you can see when you'll press your face up against a car or wall and you're sniping, you can see some of the weaker areas here. In terms of a PC release, this is a solid performing title, and it bodes well for other hardware because it scales so well here on the GTX 970 machine. It means that if you've got a lower end card, you can customize the visual options to get a very close experience to what you see on the consoles, and that will obviously include the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. Yes, if you've got a 3 or 4 gig card, then you may have to cut back some of the texture quality, the resolution, and some of the features in the title to get that performance level as high as you want. But overall, this is a consistent running title on PC and console alike, and that target is set, and it's well optimized. Even if it can't quite achieve the epic realization and dramatic looks of games like Battlefield and Battlefront from DICE and their Frostbite engine, that doesn't take anything away from what is an impressive showing yet again how well they're utilizing the PC hardware here and the console hardware to make an engine that dynamically scales so well across such a breadth of hardware is incredibly impressive indeed. And no matter what your opinion of the title and game itself, the team and everyone involved deserves a large round of applause and the credit they deserve for delivering such a high-performing and visually splendid title as this. Anyway, as always, this was a quick look at the PC title ahead of launch next month. If you like this or anything else that I've put together, you know what to do. You can like, subscribe, and share where appropriate. You can use all the links below, and you can read more on this or other titles on my website as well. And if you really want to support me and keep it going, then you can also put a few pounds, dollars, or pence against my channel and support me using the Patreon link, which again is in the description below. If you prefer a more immediate response, you can also follow me on Twitter and chat with me there. You can check out more videos to the left on screen at the moment. You guys and girls take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.